Today was meant to be all about Labor's big plan for broadband. Instead, Kevin Rudd stole the headlines again, this time without even trying. The former Prime Minister has been admitted to hospital in Brisbane to have his gallbladder removed. Julia Gillard is wishing him all the best. But when he's back on his feet in a few days' time, Mr Rudd threatens to attract even more attention. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simpkin.
Wherever she goes,
Got a mirror to check your lipstick.
whatever she does, Julia Gillard seems to be haunted by the man she dispatched.
What do you make of Mark Latham's comments that Kevin Rudd is a serial leaker, he's a snake?
Well, I am not going to be diverted by political chatter.
Julia Gillard answered 16 questions on the topic.
Kevin Rudd represents real trouble for you if you don't bring him into the tent.
Kevin Rudd is in the tent.
In fact, Kevin Rudd's in the hospital. The former Prime Minister felt a stabbing pain in his gut, saw a doctor and will undergo emergency surgery to have his gallbladder removed. Julia Gillard got the news just before a media conference.
We're all hoping, wishing, praying for a speedy recovery.
He's expected back on the campaign trail next week. Julia Gillard repeatedly said Kevin Rudd would only campaign in his own electorate. But according to a spokesman, Mr Rudd will appear in his own electorate, elsewhere in Queensland and the rest of the country as appropriate. Once again, Kevin Rudd sucked the oxygen from the Labor campaign, overshadowing the latest stage of the broadband rollout.
And so the job is, get that in.
3% of the population will need to rely on satellite for their internet. These regional centres will be connected by wireless, while high-speed fibre optic cabling will run to 93% of the nation's houses, businesses, schools and hospitals, 3% more than the original target.
That's an extra 300,000 homes to receive the fibre to their premise.
The government does need to speed up its information transfer.
The objective is a 93% coverage.
90%. What is it going to be under the Liberals? 0.
Tony Abbott's focused on bites of a different kind.
Yeah, it's all going okay.
He wants to dump the $43 billion broadband network.
It will be a government-owned monopoly, and let's face it, this is a government which couldn't safely put pink bats into people's roofs.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
He's promised $300 million for special education, so severely disabled students can choose their school and bring vouchers worth up to $20,000 along with them. Labor will officially launch its campaign just 5 days before the election. The event will be held in Kevin Rudd territory, Brisbane, and despite the grief he's causing, Julia Gillard insists he'll be an honoured guest. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.